Thank you for your interest in becoming a proprietary school in Missouri. This short video was created to help you better understand how to complete an initial application, including the requirements and standards you must meet to become certified. Before we begin, let's explain proprietary school certification and why it matters to you. Proprietary school certification is a business license that gives post-secondary education and training providers legal permission to recruit, enroll, and teach students in Missouri. The term proprietary school can refer to a school, business, training provider, or organization. Proprietary school certification is not just limited to Missouri schools, businesses, or training programs. Out-of-state organizations must also complete the proprietary school certification process if they plan to recruit, enroll, or teach students in Missouri. In Missouri, operating without certification or exemption is against the law and can result in fines or other penalties. Now let's talk about why certification matters. Proprietary school certification offers consumer protection by establishing standards for school operations, monitoring operations to ensure students are treated fairly, and ensuring students receive education and training consistent with the school's published objectives. In summary, the proprietary school certification process is the state's way of making sure that every Missourian pursuing post-secondary education or training receives it from a licensed, vetted provider. Now that you understand what proprietary school certification is, let's go over the application process. The first step is to log into Advera using the credentials provided to you by email. After you log in for the first time, we recommend you change your password before moving forward. The second step is to complete your application. Remember, you must fill out each section of the application and upload any documentation required. The third and final step is to pay the application fee. The Missouri Department of Higher Education and Workforce Development will not review an application until this fee is paid. Now that you understand the process, let's take a closer look at the application. The certification application includes 5 sections. Each section has its own documentation and information requirements. Section 1 is institution information. This section focuses on collecting big picture information about your school, business, training entity, or organization. Please make sure that you have a planned instruction start date that makes sense for your institution. Pick a date that is at least 6 months in the future, and remember, your start date may need to change. Section 2 is personnel. This section focuses on understanding the qualifications of administrative and instructional personnel. You must also assign the 7 administrative roles listed in the application. You can list the same person for more than one role if needed. Section 3 is programs. This section digs into the details of each program that the institution intends to offer. It is important to note that in this section, you will be required to outline program requirements and outcomes. Outcomes are limited to a certificate of attendance or completion or a specified degree. This section also requires a program syllabus to detail the exact education and training path available for enrollment. The department has developed a program syllabus template you may use as a guide. Section 4 is exhibits. This section requires you to submit 3 important documents. These documents are the student or course catalog, the enrollment agreement, and the transcript. It is important that these documents are completed correctly. Errors within these documents are the most common reason an application is rejected. We encourage you to use the templates available on our website to help you successfully complete them. Section 5 is financials. This section collects information to confirm the institution's financial stability. The information and documentation in this section must be able to be verified. We also ask that you use the fiscal year, July 1 through June 30, or tax year, January 1 through December 31, to complete this section. Please remember that Advera will automatically log you out after 30 minutes of inactivity. We encourage you to save your application frequently as you go to avoid losing any of your information. Next, let's talk about what to expect after submitting the application. Once a certification application has been submitted, the department will reach out with payment options and complete a review of your application and supporting documents. Due to the thorough nature of this review, this may take several months to complete. You will be notified as soon as a decision has been made. Additionally, once an application is accepted, the department will require proof of a security deposit before certification will be issued. The security deposit can be in the form of a performance surety bond, certificate of deposit, or letter of irrevocable credit. Do not attempt to establish your security deposit until the department asks you to do so. The security deposit cost will vary. To determine your cost, the department will calculate 10% of the expected revenue from tuition during your first year of operation, with a minimum of $5,000 and a maximum of $100,000. Finally, it's important to remember that in order to maintain certification to operate in Missouri, proprietary schools are required to submit a recertification application every calendar year. The recertification application period begins each year in January and must be completed by March 15 to avoid late fees. If you do not complete your recertification application, you will no longer be a certified proprietary school in Missouri, and you will have to restart the initial application process. The department will email you once it is time to apply for recertification. This email will include resources and information to help you successfully complete your recertification. For more information about proprietary school certification, go to our website. Once you select Apply for Certification, you will find additional resources that may be helpful. A few resources that may be especially helpful to you as you complete your application include the Initial Application Guide, which provides detailed information about the application process, as well as the documents and information required. The Enrollment Agreement, Program Syllabus, Course Catalog, and transcript templates and examples can be used to make sure all required information is included in each of these documents. The website also features frequently asked questions that offer general questions and answers related to the proprietary school certification process. Thank you for your time and attention. If you have any other questions about the proprietary school certification process or application, you can contact us directly at procompliance@dude.mo.gov.